DeWALT DC011 worksite radio. Trash picked with interstation static, but no AM or FM reception. Can we fix it? Let's see. Now, it's often said if you don't know what you're looking for, you're never going to find it. So given the symptoms, loud volume, interstation static, but no AM or FM reception, we're looking for any of the following specifically on the amplifier tuner board: burn marks, any evidence of overheating, flux residue, trace damage, tan color glue which has carbonized, turned black, and become conductive, cracked solder joints which open under high frequency, swollen capacitors, muffin tops, exploded capacitors. These look like exploded firecrackers. Leaking capacitors, puddles of fluid on the PCB, and dark circuit traces eaten away by the leaking capacitor fluid. After a while, we do this without thinking, but if you're new to electronics repair, it might be a good idea to print this list and post it over your workbench. The only tools needed for visual inspection are a bright light and a 10-power magnifying glass. Other YouTube videos show how to take the radio apart and expose the tuner board, so I'm not going to repeat that info here. Instead, I'm just going to show what's causing loud volume, interstation static, but no AM or FM reception on this particular DeWALT DC011. Remove the amplifier tuner board from the radio, and right away we spot a burn mark between C254 and C248. Burn marks are number 1 on the list. Don't believe that carbonized burn marks could cause no AM or FM reception? Check out this great article at Popular Science about the conductivity of carbon, and believe differently. Also note flux residue, leading from the burn spot to IC203 marked 2614FS. Flux residue is number 2 on the list. Could we possibly have found the problem? What's the function of IC203? It's a phase lock loop frequency synthesizer for radio tuners. What a coincidence! Look at the function of pins 11 and 12. They're local inputs for AM and FM. So what's the fix? Clean off the flux residue with a toothbrush dipped in isopropyl alcohol. Then verify that affected traces still have continuity, resoldering and bridging the gaps as necessary. In this case, the traces were all okay. We just had to remove the conductive residue. At this point, the radio is fixed. But before reinstalling the board, it's wise to go down the list and check for pending problems. Why? We don't want the radio coming back anytime soon. The next thing we find are 2 cracked solder joints. Can you spot them? Can you spot them now? Cracked solder joints are number 4 on the list, but for some reason, perhaps vanity, people have trouble recognizing them. Watch Are Bad Solder Joints the Problem? It shows how to fix a Sony amplifier with distorted right channel. Then read the comments. You'll see what I mean. So what's the fix? Use a desoldering tool to vacuum up all the cracked material, then resolder the components. Can you even tell there was ever a problem here now? Note that I've applied a little extra metal. We don't want these joints cracking a second time. Okay, so we have it all back together. We have the clock set, we have a drill battery installed, because our electric is not plugged in. Let's see if it works. And your Rhode Island Philharmonic Orchestra. So there we go. Yet another fix for the DeWALT DC011 job site radio. Thanks for watching.